the third high school in Yian district. The wide playground was full of hustle and bustle at this time, and groups of students were consciously starting today's physical education class. It is now 2056 AD, and more than 30 years have passed since the period of nirvana that caused a sudden change in the entire human history. In the current human society, warriors are respected. Physical exercise is something that almost everyone should pay attention to, and it is even a key assessment item in the college entrance examination. Naturally, there will be no absurd things that the physical education teacher gets sick again, and the math teacher comes to replace the class. On the contrary, it happens occasionally that the math teacher gets sick and asks the physical education teacher to substitute. After all, while the martial artist is building a strong physique, whether it is the speed of nerve reaction or the activity of brain thinking, it is far beyond ordinary people. It's not surprising that a physical education teacher can teach math. This Su Chen can testify. After all, the physical education teacher in charge of their class is a senior martial arts student who loves mathematics. It is also under his leadership that Su Chen's class mathematics scores are among the best in the city. Suddenly, Su Chen, why are you lazy here again? Wei Wen stepped forward grinningly and said with a dissatisfaction, and at the same time, his right hand was habitually going to take Su Chen's shoulder. Su Chen's gaze is still focused on the "don't be angry" in his hand, and at the same time, with the slight side of his shoulder, he cleverly avoids Wei Wen's big hand. Don't make trouble. Su Chen twisted his figure, found a more comfortable position and leaned against the big tree behind him. Wei Wen rubbed the palm that hit the big rock with some pain, but looking at Su Chen's incomparably skilled posture in front of him, he felt a little helpless for his friend. Just give up, Su Chen must have his own ideas. Luo Feng also stepped forward, feeling helpless for the operation of Su Chen, who had always been teasing Wei Wen during this period. Wei Wen saw Luo Feng and couldn't help but curl his lips and said, pretending to be jealous, I really envy you. Even if you have a good academic performance, your strength has reached the level of a senior martial arts student, and becoming a martial artist in the future is already a certainty. Musha. Hearing this word, even Luo Feng's heart couldn't help but feel an unspeakable throb. Warrior. That is a transcendent existence. Luo Feng's gaze condensed again on the somewhat lazy Su Chen in front of him, and he couldn't help but sigh. Su Chen may have reached the physical quality of a Kasi warrior. I think so, Su Chen. Do you want to participate in the quasi-warrior assessment? I feel that the probability of you passing is still very high. Wei Wen was deeply impressed by Luo Feng's words. After all, only the two of them in the third high school in Yian district knew the real strength of the person in front of him. Su Chen can suppress the existence of Luo Feng, a senior martial arts student, with one arm. You need to know that Luo Feng is a senior student in extreme martial arts gym. His fist strength has even reached more than 800 jin. More importantly, during the last martial arts competition, Luo Feng was already able to pick 3 senior martial arts students including Zhang Houbai. But such a powerful Luo Feng was single-handedly suppressed by Su Chen, who seemed a little thin, but was handsome and unlike a mortal. It is estimated that only the legendary warrior can do it. Even if it is not a martial artist, Luo Feng and Wei Wen estimate that Su Chen should be a millimeter away from the standard of a quasi-martial artist. But what made both of them a little tired was that Su Chen didn't seem to show much interest whether it was martial arts practice or the honor of martial artist title. Not to mention participating in the physical exercises organized by the school, even the martial arts gym where everyone joins has never seen him. Just kept that lazy posture, staying quietly in the third high school in Yian district to be a handsome student. Yes, this guy is handsome and strong. Su Chen, this guy is still a real super school master. Others get 95 points in the exam because they can only get 95 points, and Su Chen, who can get 120 points in the exam, is because the test paper has only 120 points. Is really unreasonable. Although Luo Feng and Wei Wen have envy in their hearts for the best buddies who have such a peerless genius, they are not at all jealous. The two had always hoped that Su Chen could cheer up, but Su Chen seemed to disagree, and would always look lazy. That is, Su Chen may have some background. 2 years ago, he was able to transfer to the third high school in Yian district through a strong relationship with the principal. It is also in the face of the principal that the physical education teacher, who is full of mathematical theorems, has not given Su Chen, a genius with a quirk, a loving education. But fortunately, the irritable physical education teacher was stunned by the principal's name, otherwise it might really be broken by Su Chen. Su Chen was a little speechless in his heart. The water in Yian High School is very deep, you can't control the physical education teacher. Physical education teacher? Oh, well, your weight-bearing marathon today hasn't been completed yet, so don't talk about Su Chen here. Go quickly and strive for the title of martial arts senior student before the college entrance examination. Luo Feng wiped off the sweat on his face, and started doing the pre-exercise stretching again, as if he was ready to continue his exercise journey. Hey, you think everyone is as perverted as you guys? The entire Yian High School has more than 5,000 people, but there are only 3 martial arts senior students. I can get the title of martial arts intermediate students and I can be regarded as an elite figure in this school. Although Wei Wen kept talking about it, his body was very honest and started to prepare for exercise. I'm leaving now, you quickly follow up. Luo Feng casually greeted the two of them, and the whole person rushed out like a gust of wind. Looking at Luo Feng's back, Wei Wen sighed. It seems that among the 3 of us, there is no possibility for me to become a warrior. Su Chen's words suddenly rang in Wei Wen's ears. Let's run quickly, it is really impossible to become a warrior if you feel sorry for yourself here. Cut, I'll just talk about it, how can a genius like me not become a warrior? Hearing Su Chen's words, a gentle smile leaked from the corner of Wei Wen's mouth. Then Wei Wen's figure moved, and he ran away in the same direction that Luo Feng had left. Very nice. Looking at the 2 people in front who are struggling for a better future, Su Chen's heart has an inexplicable trace of envy. As everyone knows, Su Chen is a traveler. The specific reason for crossing is not important. After all, in this year, it is very common to encounter a truck while walking on the road, or to encounter Tian Li when picking up food. The only thing that makes Su Chen feel a little sad is why the world he travels through is actually to beat the stars. Is it because I like this novel so much that I even read it over and over 4 or 5 times? Although the story of Devouring the Starry Sky is brilliant, www.mtlnovel.com past lives have brought countless happiness to Su Chen. But if Su Chen really travels through it, the dangers and difficulties he will face are simply hell-level nightmares. Is about to wake up and will devour several base cities eater beast, and discover the Nolan Mountain expedition team that intends to rule the Earth by a black hole. Nothing can stop Su Chen's small arms and legs. Not to mention the cosmic human race powerhouses who will go to the Earth in the future to give birth to offspring, and there will be countless cosmic lords and cosmic masters in the future peak race war. For Su Chen, this world is really too dangerous. But being able to cross is a good thing after all. Who doesn't want to cross these years? But the key is to have a matching gold finger for crossing. Without a strong golden finger, it's not called traversal at all, it's called different world takeaway service. Referred to as send food. Fortunately, like most travelers, Su Chen naturally awakened his golden finger from the day he came to this world. What makes Su Chen feel even more sad is that this so-called golden finger is so incompatible with the world he is currently in. Ding! The host breathes once and gets a reward of 1,000 Earth coins. The current account balance, 42333952707769. Ding! The host has a heartbeat and gets a reward of 1,000 Earth coins, and the current account balance, 42333522717769. Ding! The host blinked once and was rewarded with 1,000 Earth coins, and the current account balance, 42333522727769. What Wei Wen said was right, Su Chen did have the strength to suppress Luo Feng with one arm. It's just different from what they guessed. Su Chen's physical fitness is not only at the level of a quasi-warrior, but has become an intermediate warrior. The strength of warriors on the earth is divided into fighter level, warlord level, and of war level. Each level is divided into elementary, intermediate, and advanced. Those who can pass the Kasi warrior's assessment, generally can reach the level of 1000 kilograms, generally even if they have stepped into the threshold of the junior warrior level. But Su Chen's boxing power level has reached 24,000 kilograms, even in the intermediate general, he is not considered a weak person. You must know that after the warrior reaches the warlord level, he can easily evade with this powerful reaction and speed even if he is facing the frenzied blast of a heavy machine gun. Therefore, Su Chen can easily suppress his fist strength with only 800 kilograms, and it is not surprising that Luo Feng, who is not even a junior fighter. Such a huge level gap means that Su Chen's mastery of power far exceeds that of ordinary people. Otherwise, with Luo Feng's fragile body at this time, a little stronger strength would be enough to completely destroy all Luo Feng's physical functions. Ugh! Ming Su Chen has already possessed the terrifying power of the warlord at the age of less than 18 years old, and he is the most dazzling genius on the entire earth. But at this time, Su Chen had no joy at all, and his eyes were full of exhaustion and hesitation. Ding! The host exercises once and will be rewarded with 3,000 earth coins. The current account. Su Chen slowly stood up and stretched out, and the system reminder sounded in his mind as expected. That's right. Judging from the account balance of the 4 trillion earth coins and the non-stop system prompts in his mind, this is Su Chen's golden finger. The strongest Shenhao system in the city. As the name suggests, this is the strongest golden finger of Shenhao Lu dreamed of by the protagonist in countless urban novels in the legend. Has the Shenhao system, and the lowest level is the low-level version that can get higher rewards as long as you spend a sufficient amount of money in the prescribed time. More fancy and the kind that breathe can send money, walks, sits and sleeps, and the heartbeat and pulse can be rewarded. More even completing some monetary tasks can reward physical improvement, professional knowledge of various disciplines, or painting and wine tasting, calligraphy and rhythm, etc. to pretend to be necessary magic skills. It can be said that any Shenhao system is enough to help the protagonist walk horizontally in the city, punching Alima and kicking the twisted vine. Urban beauties, internet celebrity anchors, and entertainment stars will all give them what they want, both sweet and salty. But unfortunately, Su Chen got such an ultimate gold finger that integrates all the functions of the Shenhao system. The strongest Shenhao system in the city. This system can be said to be the most powerful Shenhao system in Su Chen's years of experience. Whenever you change the world, such as the fashion city where the soldier king returns. With the powerful ability of the system, Su Chen can instantly lead the corrupt life of a full level one day and galloping horses for the rest of his life. But what about Su Chen at this moment? Ugh! Su Chen sighed again, and the system prompt in his mind came again as expected. Ding! The host breathes once and gets a reward. As a Shenhao system, Su Chen's golden finger is not unforgiving, and it has assembled almost all the powerful functions of the Shenhao system. Whether it's heartbeat, breathing, pulse, or even taking a step, blinking, everything humans can think of will get corresponding rewards. There is even a special date sign-in function in the system, but any special day can be rewarded with a bonus. There are many ways to get rewards, but the rewards Su Chen obtains through the system are basically inseparable from money. The only difference is a bit different, but the difference is not very big, and only the task function of the cheating. Although the content of the task is basically some simple things such as non-nutritive spending or pretending to be forced, the rewards are finally slightly different. Such as obtaining physical strengthening attribute points, learning professional knowledge such as mathematics, language, etc., mastering urban costume skills such as cooking, painting, music, etc. are all routine operations. Rarely rewards are to be able to enhance one's own charm, or to get blessings from the aura of wealth, which is a little bit mysterious. But what about it? With the help of the system over the years, Su Chen at this moment, in addition to his handsome appearance, billions of knowledge, vast wealth of billions, and all kinds of force skills. Su Chen, what else? In this terrifying world where strength is respected, the strong can decide everything, even the immortal existence may be shot to death by people casually. What's the use of Su Chen's billion-dollar wealth? Since he has the strongest Shenhao system, Su Chen's wealth is like a reproductive ability that keeps multiplying. No matter how prodigal he is, there is no way to consume them. Go away, you banknotes! Don't tarnish my pure soul! As a superhero who owns 4 trillion Earth coins, he has enough wealth to make most of the peak powers of the of war envy. Su Chen also has his own troubles. The first point lies in the system's prompt sound like Tang Seng who keeps chanting in Su Chen's ear. You need to know whether it is breathing or heartbeat. Su Chen can get system rewards, plus those extremely fancy system rewards. Su Chen is bombarded by hundreds of system prompts every minute. May feel novel at first, but as the days pass by, this kind of magic sound that keeps ringing in my mind all the time has also become Su Chen's biggest nightmare. Fortunately, the Earth in the world of devouring starry sky is a magical area transformed by a powerful alien who reincarnated as a god-king level powerhouse. The life born on the Earth will be transformed by a strange force, and it will have a powerful talent far beyond the ordinary creatures in the universe. It is precisely because of this that Su Chen did not have a mental breakdown under the magic sound that the system prompted each time. Su Chen's own will, on the contrary, has been tempered more and more powerful in this confrontation with the system prompt's sound. Even Su Chen himself didn't know what level his current will had reached. Su Chen only knew that under the influence of his own strong will, he was able to clearly control every bit of his own power. It is precisely because of this that, in the match with Luo Feng, he can perfectly control his own power, but it just happens to display the physical power that can easily suppress Luo Feng. The second point lies in his own talent. Although Su Chen seems to have become the youngest general-level warrior in Jiangnan Base City, it does not mean that Su Chen's talent is really that powerful. After Su Chen's own accurate estimation, he discovered a frustrating fact. My talent is not as powerful as I imagined, and even worse than the average peers. The reason why Su Chen was able to become a warrior was only because of the bonus points of attribute points that were rewarded by system missions that could strengthen physical fitness www.mentalnovel.com. But even so, Su Chen was able to accumulate after several years of accumulation. Arrived in the body of the warrior. The system's attribute points can only increase a little physique, which is simply insignificant for this swallowing starry world that can annihilate the planet and sweep the galaxy at every turn. That is, Su Chen has billions of wealth. During this period of growth, he has acquired countless treasures suitable for warriors to build a foundation and increase physical fitness at no cost. Such as the deep-sea silver sturgeon roe of the beast general level, the lord-level iron-winged black dragon and dragon liver, etc., can greatly enhance the physical fitness of the warrior. For Su Chen, it's the daily dishes in the potluck. The century-old ginseng, Ganoderma lucidum and other mutant plants that are rare even for warriors have become an important part of Su Chen's daily drinks. Is precisely under the combined effect of the system's attribute rewards, the most powerful practice guidance technique on Earth, and Su Chen's search for precious resources at all costs. Just abruptly accumulated Su Chen from an ordinary warrior without the talent of cultivation to the level of horror of an intermediate warrior. The price spent during was enough to make a member-level powerhouse feel painful. One can imagine Su Chen's talents as a warrior. The last point is also very clear. Su Chen, who is already an intermediate general, clearly shows no signs of awakening mental power. That also means. Thinking of this, Su Chen couldn't help lowering his head in frustration, and at the same time began to habitually count silently in his heart. 3, 2, 1. Ding! Congratulations to the host, who has reached 18 years of age, and has received 10 million universe coins as an adult sign-in reward. 10 million? This is an astronomical number that is unimaginable to ordinary people, but it is nothing to Su Chen. The reason why pays special attention to this system information is only because of a small habit of Su Chen's willful confrontation with system prompts over the years. Facing these continuous waves, it was like a violent storm, but every word was clearly and accurately imprinted on Su Chen's mind. Su Chen was simply overwhelmed at first, and even felt depressed for a while. But I don't know when it's because of Su Chen's own tenacity, or his particularity as a traverser, or the powerful talent of the will of the people on earth being transformed. Su Chen was finally able to look directly at these system prompts that he had regarded as a nightmare, and constantly strengthened his will in the confrontation. And the countdown to some special dates is also a small habit for Su Chen to remind himself to stay awake. I have to say that this method is really useful. Thank you Jinmu little angel. For this habit that is almost cost-effective to be exercised, it has also unexpectedly made Su Chen's confrontation of wills a lot easier over the years. As for the content of the message, Su Chen really didn't pay much attention to it. But after a little thought, Su Chen's eyes showed strong curiosity. Why are there so few special dates for my adulthood? You must know that even on the April Fool's Day on the expiring calendar, Su Chen's reward on that day has reached the terrifying astronomical figure of 500 million Earth coins. 10 million. Wrong. Su Chen, who felt a strong sense of disobedience, also reacted immediately, and quickly opened the system information panel, and began to search for the special system prompt that had been hidden in the ocean of information. Ding! Congratulations to the host, who has reached the age of 18, and has received an adult sign-in reward of 10 million universe coins. Hiss! After reading the content of the system prompt, Su Chen couldn't help taking a breath. There is indeed nothing wrong with the value of 10 million. But the unit behind this amount is not a universal currency in the Earth currency. It is a universe coin that has been recognized by the entire human race, and even has a strong purchasing power in the entire primitive universe. There are countless Chinese degrees and ethnic groups in the universe, and the various currency types that follow are simply innumerable. The Silver and Blue Empire of the universe, where the Milky Way is located, has its own unique currency, the Silver and Blue coin. The Black Dragon Mountain Empire, the medium civilization empire of the universe to which the Silver Blue Empire belongs, also has its own exclusive currency, the Black Dragon coin. Even including the Black Dragon Mountain Empire and occupying 1/10 of the territory of the human race, the Witch universe also issued its own exclusive currency, the Witch coin. The currency systems of various countries are completely different. The currency of the upper cosmic country can be exchanged for the currency of the lower cosmic country, but the opposite is not necessarily possible. There are only two universal currencies recognized by all ethnic groups and nations in the entire universe. One is the cosmic crystal, cosmic coin, which is a powerful energy crystal composed of the master level of the universe to condense the original energy of the universe. The other is the immortal crystal, immortal coin, which is a singular energy crystal containing the power of the original law of the universe that can be condensed by immortal existence. However, immortal crystals are obviously more precious, even for the human race of the pinnacle race. It is also a strategic reserve. Therefore, almost no nation or race will use immortal crystals as currency. In most cases, cosmic crystals, cosmic coins, are used for settlement. As for the mixed yuan unit that often appears in the original work, it is not a new currency, but a unit of counting often used by some superpowers when trading. And at this moment Su Chen got 10 million cosmic coins. This is already comparable to the entire wealth of a domain master level pinnacle, and even many realm masters may not be able to possess such a wealth. You have to know that even Hu Yanbo, who is barely named the Marquis, can only inherit the wealth of Luofeng by setting the star level to only about 3 million cosmic coins. But what Su Chen cares most about at this time is not the huge wealth represented in this system prompt content. For Su Chen, things like money really have no way to bring him any pleasure. What Su Chen really cares about is the powerful value of this tens of millions of universe coins. 10 million cosmic coins made from the source energy of the universe. Cosmic coins. The place where Su Chen is backed by sunlight, so no one noticed that a dark blue crystal like a coin was floating on Su Chen's palm at this moment. Yes. The items rewarded by the system can be freely chosen to be realized in kind, or directly recharged to the balance of such an account. The reason why Su Chen can float is not because Su Chen has awakened the spiritual master's ability to control objects, but Su Chen has a wonderful ability to control the items that the system manifests or purchases. Su Chen can carry out limited simple manipulation to it, while also being able to freely hide the special effects on his body. This kind of ability system is called CAI is not revealing white. Is a powerful information barrier that the system forms through a conceptual level of information barrier to protect others and even the entire universe. Because of this, no one has discovered how luxurious Su Chen's food and clothing is. It is precisely for this reason that only Su Chen, who has an apprentice-level cultivation base, can directly hold a cosmic coin. Without being directly pressed by the powerful cosmic origin power contained in the cosmic coin, the apprentice-level broken body. It is as expected. Looking at the dark blue crystals in front of me, I feel the incomparable warmth in it, just like the warm breath of a mother calling her children. Vaguely, Su Chen seemed to see an incomparably vast and majestic strange space. One sand and one world. Endless universe crystal. Every inch of the soil seems to contain the endless power of the origin of the universe, and the void is not considered to be shining with colorful, strange and mysterious trajectories. Su Chen's consciousness faintly realized that it was the original fluctuation of the mysterious laws of gold, wood, water, fire, earth, wind, thunder, and lightning, light, space, time, etc. in the primitive universe. This is the origin of the law. Is that vast space where the universe originated? The origin of the universe is the true core of the entire primitive universe. www.mtlnovel.com. No one knows when and where it exists. Only after the cultivation base breaks through the world master level can the power of the resonance of the world in the body allow the consciousness of the world master level power to enter the origin of the universe. It's so cool. Su Chen's eyes were filled with joy. The power of the origin of the universe, also known as the power of the world, is a special creative power that can only be used by the master class powerhouse. The master class powerhouse can even use the power of the world to create a world, which is almost eternally maintained. Of course, Su Chen at this moment has not really entered the original place of the primitive universe. Is just because of the peculiar ability to control system rewards given by the system. Therefore, Su Chen was able to rely on the power of the world contained in the universe coin to barely seem to be connected to the phantom of the origin of the universe. But even so, this is enough to make Su Chen, a little student who doesn't even have a star rating, benefit a lot. Compared with those mysterious law fluctuations, the strange changes in Su Chen's body at this moment made him even more excited and inexplicable. The power of the world's origin is slowly injected into Su Chen's body from the universe coin, and it continues to extend to every corner of the body along Su Chen's blood vessels. The mighty power of good fortune contained in the power of the world is also constantly tempering every inch of Su Chen's flesh and blood. In the perception of Su Chen's strong will, at this moment his power is beginning to continue to rise under the baptism of the power of the world. 25,000 kg, 27,000 kg, 29,000 kg, 54,000 kg, 58,000 kg, 62,000 kg, 64,000 kilograms. God of War. Boom. A huge sonic boom suddenly resounded through this third high school in Yian district, which is full of student blood and youth. Followed. Every teacher and student in the third high school of Yian district suddenly felt their hearts tighten, as if a huge mountain was crushing towards them. Thick, strong, unstoppable. Although this aura only lasted for a moment and then disappeared in a flash, the powerful aura still made them involuntarily stunned. That kind of feeling is like encountering one's own natural enemies, that is a kind of awe instinct that arises when facing higher-level beings. Even Luo Feng, who is undergoing load-bearing running training, is also one of those affected. Is just different from the others, although Luo Feng was also stunned at the beginning. But only for a moment, Luo Feng came over clearly in an instant. He was surprised to find that he did not know when an inexplicable warm current was gushing out of his body, constantly flowing throughout his body, warm. It was under the influence of this warm current that Luo Feng unexpectedly recovered his mobility faster than the doorman Qin, who was not far away from the legend who was retired from the warrior. What happened? Luo Feng glanced around with some anxiety. This was the first time in his life that he had come into contact with such a powerful aura. Even the black-crowned golden eagle that accidentally encountered on the street not long ago, or the powerful warrior with the bladed black-crowned golden eagle, never gave Luo Feng such a strong sense of oppression. In Luo Feng's sight, all the classmates and teachers were frozen in place at this time, and it seemed that they still hadn't been relieved from the pressure of the momentum just now. Even Uncle Qin, who is said to have retired from the warrior, behaved no differently from those around him at this time. What the is that? Luo Feng's face was full of puzzles, but in his heart he began to ignite an inexplicable fighting spirit. Lord-level monsters invade? Impossible, the guards of the base city can't allow monsters of this level to come in, which god of war level powerhouse should be joking with us? Suddenly Luo Feng's ears heard the slightly trembling murmur of Uncle Qin from the door. It seems that the rumors that Uncle Qin is a warrior retired should be true. Luo Feng also noticed at this moment that Uncle Qin was obviously slower than the nearby teachers and students. Of course, Luo Feng is also very interested in the two special words that Uncle Qin said. Lord level? God of war? Luo Feng's eyes showed a curious light, but he also knew that this was not the time to pursue this kind of thing. What? What was that just now? Too horrible. Not long after, everyone in the third high school in Yian district also regained consciousness at this time, and began to scream in panic. Taking advantage of this opportunity, Luo Feng also hurriedly ran towards the classroom with the guidance of the physical education teacher in front of the follower. The entire third high school in Yian district was in a mess at this time, and even the principal, who usually only attends major speech events, had to stand up. Used a special channel directly connected to the school's radio station to appease and evacuate the entire school's teachers and students, intending to quickly clean up the mess by virtue of his many years of majesty. Is this the power of a god of war powerhouse? This warm and vigorous feeling, this terrifying speed of improvement. Until this time, Su Chen was still a little unbelievable, but the surging vitality of Peng Bai in his body did tell him clearly. This is the powerful power that only the of war can master in the legend. Although Su Chen couldn't see it, he could clearly perceive the seemingly endless life essence in his body like a rushing spring water, surging in every inch of flesh and blood. The white body is now more and more flawless, just like pure crystal, crystal clear. Even the hair on his body seems to be radiating a little bit of brilliance under the wash of this vitality. Bones, flesh and blood, and even every cell are continuously strengthening, one after another exuding a kind of excitement derived from the instinct of life. It feels so wonderful, so comfortable. Su Chen carefully perceives the drastic changes in his body, while using his strong will to suppress the powerful force in his body that has exploded several times. Regarding the turmoil in Yian High School at this moment, Su Chen said that this was purely accidental. If there are similarities, then it's none of his business. Who would have thought that the effect of the power of the world could be so powerful? However, after careful consideration, Su Chen is a little clear. After all, a universe coin can be exchanged for 3,300 witch coins, and it can be exchanged for 330W black dragon coins. That is to say, only one cosmic coin can already buy several constant star slaves on the horned dragon star. It is not so much that the universe coin, crystal, is a kind of currency, it is better to say that it is a cultivation resource recognized by all the races and forces in the entire universe. Even for those cosmic level powerhouses who can freely fight on white dwarfs, cosmic coins, crystals, are also a very cost-effective genius treasure. At this time, it was used to assist Su Chen, a little rookie who only had an apprentice-level cultivation base, and it's no surprise that such a huge change could be made. At the same time, it is precisely because Su Chen has come into contact with such a high-level training resource for the first time, so under the scouring of this world's power. Su Chen's physical fitness has doubled in this short period of time, and his boxing power level has exceeded 100,000 kilograms. Not only easily passed the threshold of the god of war that seemed like a heaven to ordinary people, but it was close to the level of breaking through the intermediate god of war. It was precisely because the effect of the power of the world was too strong, and Su Chen at the time was completely unprepared for this breakthrough. As a result, Su Chen's strong will, which was far superior to the same level, was not able to suppress the frenzied aura of restlessness when he broke through. Instead, relying on the surge of strength as support, Su Chen's powerful willpower spread along the aura at the time of the breakthrough. This is the real reason why all the teachers and students of Yian High School are really shocked. If it weren't for this, even a strong man at the peak of God of War would not be able to achieve the shocking effect like before simply relying on his aura. However, Su Chen was able to make such a big improvement this time. In fact, it was mainly due to the following two reasons. Firstly, Su Chen's cultivation base far surpasses all geniuses of the same age, while the impurities accumulated in his body are far beyond ordinary people. I don't know why, it is clear that every item purchased is a genuine product officially guaranteed, and it has the quality and reputation guarantee of the Alliance of Major Chambers of Commerce. But when the purchased things were really used on Su Chen, they did not have the attractive effect as in the advertisement. That is, Su Chen has so much money, and he doesn't really care about it. As long as it is effective. The quality is not enough, let's make up the quantity. That is, the effect of the power of the world is too powerful, not only can it easily clean up these impurities at one time, but also repair the countless unsearchable hidden wounds in Su Chen's body. Next, the lower limit of the effect of the power of the world is not something that Su Chen can digest. Is just a little bit of world power, it is enough to make the warlord's cultivation base undergo earth-shaking changes. The combination of these two factors is the fundamental reason that Su Chen can have such a terrifying improvement at this moment. For Su Chen, the power of the world in the universe coin, crystal, is undoubtedly the most precious auxiliary spiritual resource on the earth at this moment. But this kind of good thing is only limited to the first contact. If you want to have such a terrifying improvement every time you practice, it is just a foolish dream. Ugh! Thinking of this, Su Chen couldn't help but bowed his head again and sighed. It's too difficult for me. The energy contained in a cosmic crystal far exceeds the so-called apprentice level. With an apprentice level cultivation base, he could not withstand the mighty world power contained in the universe crystal. With the peculiar control given by the system, it is a blessing to be able to taste one or two things. If you want to use this step to reach the sky, it will be a bit awkward to shake the tree. For this kind of thing, Su Chen would not have much expectations. After all, money is nothing more than dung for a real strong man. How could Su Chen, who suffered from this, expect it? It is what really makes Su Chen feel lost. Even though he already had the physical fitness of God of War at this time, there was still no sign of awakening mental power in his body. Su Chen knew that before breaking through the universe level, he was destined to have nothing to do with the chic and elegant profession of spiritual teacher. I can only be a savage fighter with a punch. Ugh! After all, if there is no awakening mental power, it means that Su Chen cannot pass the screening of Babata. And failing to pass the screening of Barbata means that Su Chen cannot obtain the inheritance of the moon star. The inheritance of Mo Seeing. Su Chen has no self-limitation that can't steal the protagonist's chance. If it is really necessary. Su Chen's reluctance is not that he can't betray his riddled soul that has long been corroded by money. People. It is inevitable that you have to bow your head in the face of life. Regarding the matter of inheriting Huianbo's inferior secret inheritance method and the inheritance of millions of mixed units, Su Chen is not unable to bear the burden of humiliation. But unfortunately, the inheritance of Mo Seeing is simply a chance for Luo Feng, the protagonist of the destiny. For 50,000 years of the entire earth, Luo Feng, a spiritual teacher whose brain expansion reached the required level, came out. This is the treatment of the real son of destiny. It's not like Su Chen, just a little dirt. Besides, intelligent life is essentially a group of very stubborn guys, that is to say, the Barbata on the moon star cannot go against the last wish of Huianbo at all. That is to say, the only inheritor who is likely to obtain the moon star at present can only be Luo Feng, the son of destiny. Under these circumstances, Su Chen, with such a huge secret as a traversal and a system, would naturally not come forward to be boring. After all, based on Su Chen's understanding of Barbata's selfish character. Once the other party discovers the secrets of Su Chen, he might want to do something if Su Chen is not the inheritor of the Dark Mo star. For this power that has the inheritance of soul slavery. When there is not enough self-protection power, Su Chen must stay away. It is precisely because of this that Su Chen used his money ability to come to the third high school in Yian district and became a classmate of Luo Feng. If it weren't for this reason, why would you come here to study in high school with Su Chen as a physical fitness that has already broken through the warlord level? The teaching quality of the teachers in this school is really not necessarily as high as Su Chen's. Advanced mathematics, check it out. Master Hacker, are you interested? Epic Marxist-Leninism, I just ask if you are afraid. In the past 10 years or so, even Su Chen himself did not pay attention to how many cheating skills that seemed compelling but didn't work anymore from the system. The only thing that has a deeper image is that God-level skill. My eyes are too spicy, so it's better not to remember. It is to be a big, invest in promising young people in the future of human race. Otherwise, with Su Chen's terms, even if he came to be the principal, it would be more than enough. In fact, this school really has a part of Su Chen's shares. It's not unacceptable to be the principal's roots if you don't become a principal. And Su Chen happened to be the boss of the company where Luo Feng's parents worked. He said that this must be a destiny. Is like that. Under the combined effect of Su Chen's billion-point wealth, billion-point beauty, and billion-point knowledge, it is natural for Luo Feng to show downward compatible friendship. Young people always yearn for the strong, and for most people, Su Chen is the strong on the pinnacle. It's just that no one would have thought that Su Chen, a wealthy and handsome man, would come to this small Yian District No. 3 high school in order to hold investment. All sorts have found two friends who are not even civilians. But who can understand Su Chen's inner pain? Although Su Chen has a wealth of hundreds of millions, a talented person, Yushu Linfen, extraordinary, romantic and suave, extraordinary appearance, good-looking, fresh and handsome, tall and mighty. But Su Chen is just an ordinary person who wants to climb the top of the universe. How could Su Chen's strong will not perceive that there is no dark golden mental power solid in his body? But if he cannot become a spiritual teacher, it means that Su Chen has lost contact with the vast universe, the safest way to contact the human race and the virtual universe network. In Su Chen's original plan, with the accumulation of various resources, he should be able to break through the planetary star before Luo Feng leaves the Earth. Su Chen chose to come here because of the ticket to the universe and a stable practice environment. But it's different now. Because of the emergence of universe coins, Su Chen actually broke through the God of War level ahead of time. In the perception of Su Chen's will, his own boxing power level has even exceeded 120 tons. also means that Su Chen's strongest explosive power has reached a terrifying level of nearly 900 tons with the assistance of Su Chen's 9 Thunder Knife, who has cultivated to the 9th level. This explosive power has surpassed the definition of a god of war level peak power on the earth. That is to say, Su Chen at this time can already be called the invincible god of war. Having gained Luo Feng's friendship, this kind of strength seems to be no longer necessary to stay in this school. And with Su Chen's strength at this time, the invincible god of war should also be qualified to go out for a circle. As a traverser, www.mtlnovel.com. If you can work hard. Su Chen really didn't want to be eroded by those fallen money under Luo Feng's protection. The kind of degenerate days where you can make money by lying down every day, and you accidentally add tens of billions of net worth is really meaningless. People always have to pursue. Su Chen sighed helplessly again, and at the same time stood up amidst the beeping sounds in his mind. Seems to explode with special rewards again? It has become a little fun in Su Chen's life to search for some different existence from countless reminders. It's just that they are different from the cosmic coins previously obtained. These two rewards, Su Chen, are simply too familiar. Ding! Congratulations to the host for breaking through the high-ranking warriors and gaining charm attribute points *2, and the current charm attribute points are 665 points. Ding! Congratulations to the host for achieving the high-level currency consumption achievement, Universe Coin, and obtaining free attribute points *1, the current remaining free attribute points, 1 point. There is another useless reward like charm attribute. Su Chen is very helpless about this. God knows how much trouble this handsome face has caused him. There will be all kinds of girls running over to confess to him every 3 weeks, and his lockers and drawers are even occupied by love letters sprayed with perfume. Who can understand Su Chen's distress? Once again glanced at the system's waste attribute panel that I really don't know who invented it, and added the free attribute points that he just acquired to the charm. Ding! Charm attribute, 666. Ugh! Is handsome again. Su Chen age, 18 years old, physique, 186 wealth, 288 charm, 666 free attribute points, 0 skills, Marxist-Lenin, hacker, mathematics, omitted. Task list, omitted. Balance, omitted. This is the urban strongest Shenhao system that claims to be able to help the protagonist punch Alima, kick twisted vines, fashion the city horizontally, and thousands of beauties. Is really such a good name for nothing. Where is the time and space administration? I want to return the goods. Every time I look at this panel that doesn't use anything, Su Chen's mind will be filled with an unnamed fire. What kind of sin did I have done? I spread such an unreliable garbage system. The property panel is very simple, mainly divided into 2 modules. The basic information module based on physique, fortune, luck, and charm, and the functional module composed of skills, task list, and balance. Firstly, this functional module is just a burden for Su Chen, and it has no effect at all. As a Shenhao system, such a thing as balance also counts? Anyway, Su Chen has already failed to report the balance displayed on the display panel in this life. It is a lesson of blood and tears again and again. Farewell, my pure soul. Regarding this, Su Chen generally omitted it by default, the number so long as a dead ghost, out of sight and out of mind. As for the skill item, Su Chen, when he grew up, actually didn't have much desire to complain. Tired. Although the strength of the martial artist in the world of devouring the starry sky is the real mainstream, but to be a human. Stay away from illiteracy. From the start, I have contributed to the average IQ of the society. Is also out of sight, upset, +1. And this task list. Thinking back to that day, Su Chen's forehead still felt a little painful. Also mentioned before, walking, sitting, breathing, heartbeat, special dates, special events, all-encompassing, vast. Su Chen really doubted whether the system had compiled all the capable, incapable, possible, and impossible things in this world into the task list. I vaguely remember that year, Su Chen was still so naive and ignorant. Forcibly suppressed all kinds of magic sounds that were constantly superimposed in my mind, and opened the system's task list curiously for the first time. Then Su Chen didn't want to open it anymore. Guess how Su Chen knew the approximate reward rules of the system, thinking of the horror interface that suddenly flooded all of Su Chen's horizons. The densely packed words crazily penetrated into Su Chen's mind like countless ants. Okay. Obedient. From now on, don't get into the grass without opening, don't lick the box if you're not sure, and don't just click on the unclear things. Out of sight, out of mind. Snort. Su, have never seen these 3 lines of small print. Next is another big category on the System Properties panel, Basic Information. From time to time, there is no trace of worries, no trace of defense, and it suddenly appears in Su Chen's daily life. The most useless thing is naturally the so-called fortune luck attribute. When thinking of this, Su Chen's brows suddenly frowned. Here we go again. Feeling the slight tingling pain coming from the palm of his hand, Su Chen somewhat helplessly took out the object that looked like a broken brick. With Su Chen's current physical fitness at the God of War level, an item that can give him such a tingling sensation is naturally not easy. Star meteorite red copper. After a brief glance, Su Chen's mind automatically showed relevant information about this item. The main material that can be used to create weapons and equipment beyond the SS level is legendary. Such a complete and large piece is worth billions of Earth coins. Damn aura of fortune. Go away. You banknotes. Don't insult my pure soul. For Su Chen, who had just obtained 10 million cosmic coins, this kind of rare treasure that could change the life and fate of ordinary people really did not rank. But since Su Chen's wealth attribute broke through 250 points, this setting of getting money out of the house really happened more frequently. This made Su Chen's otherwise uneasy life added more variables that he could not control. This was Su Chen's most helplessness. And it's useless. Is Su Chen short of this money? If you really want to make it have any effect, it would be better to let Su Chen work hard for a few more seconds. What's the use of giving Su Chen all these fancy luck? This is engulf the stars. Warriors, cultivation, strength, treasures, secrets, talents are the eternal themes in this world. At this point, physique still played a little role. But this Su Chen has given high hopes, and the only powerful function that has something to do with the improvement of strength has gradually made Su Chen heartbroken. Once upon a time, after discovering the plus sign behind the physique attribute, Su Chen almost jumped up with excitement. Almost ready to raise his arms and yell dark blue, add more. The beautiful vision in my mind that seems to be close at hand, can stand up to the top of the universe at will. In the following days, the seeds were completely wiped out again and again, little by little. Yes. The increase in physical attributes can really have a powerful effect of enhancing physical fitness. Su Chen can break through the barrier of martial artists so quickly, the existence of institutional attributes is indispensable. But Su Chen is not a certain road, and the city's strongest Shenhao system is not deep blue. The probability of acquiring physical attribute points and free attribute points is not high. Yu reading www.yuuganshu.com, but the number is still objective under the accumulation of less. What makes Su Chen a little puzzled is the rule of action of this physique attribute, which can increase more than 10 kilograms at first, and occasionally turn into 1 or 2 kilograms. But this is also the powerful help that allowed Su Chen to surpass his peers in the early stage, quickly improve his physical fitness, and quickly crossed the barrier of warriors. But after Su Chen became a warrior, all this changed. Although the effect of the physique attribute has not disappeared, after Su Chen broke through the martial artist, he still gave Su Chen an increase of 1 kilogram to several tens of kilograms without a specific pattern. Such a method is naturally an unimaginable magical method for those urban plains, but here is to devour the starry sky. But what is the use of a little improvement? In the original work, Luo Feng's physical fitness has increased by 2,000 kilograms after he first practiced genetic energy. After becoming a warrior, he can absorb the genetic energies that permeate the universe, and the improvement of his strength seems to be a lot of glory. The strength improvement of a genius warrior is easily calculated in units of hundreds of kilograms to thousands of kilograms. As Su Chen, who has that billions of dollars of wealth, rare precious minor resources and unheard of food tonics have basically become commonplace. Plus ultimate primal guidance technique, the strongest guidance technique created by the world's #1 strongman Hong. The improvement that the original physical attribute increase can bring, naturally seems a little insignificant. Su Chen's dream of Krypton Gold Plus was also completely shattered. After completely giving up the dream of adding points to become a god, the only thing that comforted Su Chen was the last charm attribute. First make a statement. Although these years have passed, Su Chen can't remember whether a few hundred points or 1 or 2 charm attributes have been added to the attribute panel. However, the main reason why Su Chen is so handsome and Yushulinfen is that he is handsome enough, and the system is at best a little beautifying. Ahem, get back to the subject. Since the effects of the physique attributes are far from being comparable to the improvement of normal cultivation, Su Chen, who was so disappointed, naturally didn't have much attention. These years, except for the fixed type of attribute point rewards, which will bring some physical improvement to Su Chen from time to time. The free attribute points that Su Chen has obtained over the years have never been added to the physical attribute. In a single situation, it is just like before, out of sight, out of mind, and put into this charm attribute. Fortune and physique, these two attributes are really useless, so why not take care of Su Chen's handsome face? At the very least, it can make Su Chen feel happy. Charm attribute. This is probably the only and final comfort that this copper-smelly system can give Su Chen. Looking at his own detached charm attribute of up to 666 points. While Su Chen leaked a trace of satisfaction, he was also very puzzled. Those who had been a child until he had a bowel movement kept surrounding him. Those Su Chen's estimated charm attributes are mostly only 95 and 96, and the highest one is only 99 o'clock various yin ying yan yan. Who gave them the courage to confess to Su Chen, a handsome man of heaven? Liang Jingru? Don't be brave enough to sing like this. Besides, what did the pupil write in the same pen? What do you like about Su Chen's unique melancholic temperament, and even said that he likes Su Chen's interesting soul? Do you like temperament and soul? You guys are greedy for my body. You mean? In this moment of crisis of panic on this campus, a thing that was accustomed to it did not exceed Su Chen's expectations at all. Not far in front of Su Chen, at this moment, there was a graceful figure facing him, with 3-point innocence and 7-point horror, rushing towards him like a swallow. Jiggy, I'm afraid. Why are you afraid? Seeing the swaying posture in front of him was performing a wave of breast swallows throwing the forest towards him, Su Chen's heart was suddenly speechless. Just a short glance, Su Chen recognized this person. Mu Nanzi was selected as one of the top 10 school flowers of the 3rd high school in Yian district by many boring good deeds. Is also a veteran-faced dog who is greedy for Su Chen's beauty. This is already known to everyone in the hearts of all teachers and students in the 3rd high school in Yian district. The student age is the purest stage before people enter the society, which is different from the influence of some bad habits after entering the society. Most of the girls at this stage do not have a clear understanding of money and power, so what they really like are men who can fit their hearts. In simple terms, just looks good. Compared to Su Chen's super knowledge that dominates the entire Yian district, and the physical quality that can be compared to the senior martial arts student, or the low-key luxury that occasionally reveals inadvertently. In the eyes of the members of the Facial Value Association headed by Mu Nanzi, none of Su Chen's shockingly handsome face is more moving. Of course. They also do not deny that Su Chen, who has gathered many advantages far beyond ordinary people, is more attractive to them. Su Chen was a little uncomfortable at first. After all, even with the eyes of Su Chen, he has to praise, but among these people is the existence of the peak of human appearance. If Su Chen had encountered this battle in his previous life, he might have surrendered directly. What is the pinnacle of martial arts, what is the highest source of chaos, and the rest of his life will be able to live a happy life of riding horses and galloping horses with the help of the system for the rest of his life. Until Su Chen saw his handsome face in the mirror that seemed to gather all the beauty in the world. Su Chen finally woke up. As we all know, women are impermanent. I look at my face before going out of society, I look at money when I get to the society, and when I have everything I start looking at my face in reverse. This is different for Su Chen as a man. As the saying goes, a man is still a teenager until he dies, and he does not forget his original aspiration, so he can always do it. Su Chen has always had only one standard, he looks at his face. Therefore, can't be cheaper, these guys. Facing the Mu Nanzi who is known as the Yin Pure Desire Ceiling and the Fierce Offensive, Su Chen obviously didn't want to respond. Jiggy. On the contrary, after feeling Mu Nanzi's voice getting closer to him, and immediately unable to pretend that he couldn't see it, Su Chen's heart suddenly became a little irritable. Never mind. After throwing aside the piece of Xingmei red copper that was enough for most warriors to fight with each other, Su Chen's figure suddenly walked towards the entrance of the school. Su Chen didn't waste much strength, but with his Aries-level physical quality. Even if you walk around at will, that is not something that a small junior martial arts student in Mu Nanzi can catch up with. With Su Chen's face, no matter where he is the focus of everyone. Therefore, in the gaze of the nympho, Su Chen disappeared from the sight of Mu Nanzi and many in just a moment. Snort! And Mu Nanzi, who found that he had failed yet another action, did not have the loss that he had imagined on his face. www.mtlnovel.com, on the contrary, it ignited a flaming fighting spirit. It seems that Jiggy doesn't like this type, but, I won't give up, oh. But after all, she is still a young girl, and she still has the trouble of failure in her heart. Under the excitement, he naturally kicked the piece of copper that Su Chen left behind. After walking out of the school gate, Su Chen still felt a little helpless. Of course he knows that being handsome is a good thing, but being so handsome as Su Chen has become a burden instead. Su Chen is just an ordinary person who wants to climb to the top of the universe. But in this powerhouse dominates everything, the strength is respected to swallow the starry sky world. What can Su Chen do with this charm? I don't know which little hooves this handsome face will lose in the end. There don't seem to be many famous female characters in the original work. Ai Chen? The cosmic genius who ranked among the top 10 men of the Mengloi tribe. No, although he is a genius, the assistance he can give to Su Chen is really limited. The Phantom King who prevented Hong and Jiqing from falling in love, the Immortal King class seems to be a rare thigh. But the name of the 18-fold Eros illusion makes people feel a little overwhelmed. It seems that there are not many famous female characters in the original. What are you thinking about? Su Chen, is a handsome 7FOOT man. He is strong and healthy, but I don't have a bad stomach. I can only eat something soft. What? There seems to be another one, the strongest in the universe from the Zerg. Zerg Queen. Jiangnan base city north of the military area station. Along with the long sound of a train, a figure wearing a full set of S-Class 9 series combat uniforms walked out of the special carriage step by step in the enviable eyes of everyone. Which god of war powerhouse is this? I recognize that, it is a limited edition tactical communication watch of HR Alliance. Why would such a strong man come to us? The whole body of this man was wrapped in protective gear, and he carried a very conspicuous blood shadow sword with a length of 1.5 meters, which looked particularly domineering under the shining of the sun. Black and red combat uniforms, flashing cold light alloy boots, vests, arm guards, and communication watches all reveal a sense of precision machinery. Just looking at it makes people feel an unstoppable coldness from the heart. That's right. The strong man who is already fully armed is naturally Su Chen. After all, although Su Chen feels that his mouth is not good, the food on this earth is still too hard after all. People, after all, I still have to rely on myself. Generally speaking. After the martial artist's physical fitness has been certified by the Akasa warfighter, he needs to participate in the warfighter's actual combat assessment organized by each base city. And the location of the warrior actual combat assessment is generally set up outside of each base city, usually in monster towns built by military forces. This is also the first time that ordinary human warriors have left the base city and have a chance to truly experience the fight with the monsters in the wilderness area. After passing the warrior actual combat assessment, it's even more commonplace to come to this wilderness area in various warrior squads. It can be said that every warrior of mankind is relying on the fight with monsters in the next step in this environment, stimulating the potential of his own genes in the edge of life and death. While exploring the monster resources in the wilderness area, he step by step allows his martial artist to break through the boundaries and become a higher level martial artist. It can be said that the wilderness area is the of all the weak, but it is also the heaven of all the strong who yearn for the peak of martial arts. In this case, most warriors are proud to go to the wilderness area to fight. In order to obtain resources for mankind and money for himself, the wilderness area is the largest hunting ground for human warriors. But the truth is, at this moment, Su Chen, who already has the physical fitness of a god of war warrior, has left the base city for the first time. Is also the first time to feel what this wilderness area occupied by monsters is like. The morning sun shines on Su Chen through the thin clouds. Without the hustle and bustle of the base city, Su Chen was a little intoxicated by the wild and primitive air. This wilderness area is not as bad as expected. After walked out of the military area garrison, Su Chen, armed to his teeth, turned his head and glanced at this place last. It stands to reason that this is one of the camps in Gongwei Jiangnan base city. The number of warriors will naturally not be small, on the contrary, the number is also beyond imagination, but the quality is actually not good. But Su Chen, who had done his homework a long time ago, also knew that although this military camp is not too far from the sea, many powerful monsters have been attracted to City 003. In addition, this place is only 100 kilometers away from Jiangnan base city, and it has long been cleared by the god of war team among the human warriors. Of course, this is not the problem of this military area camp, it is his problem. So, Su Chen is too good. Su Chen's destination this time was City 023, the original boundary of Suzhou. Although it does not mean that there are no Lord-level monsters in this neighborhood, it is mainly at the Beast General level and Beast Soldier level. It is precisely because of this that Su Chen chose this area as the first show of his martial artist career. There are hundreds of monster areas like City 023 in the entire Asian region. Among them, the degree of danger of No 023 city is above the medium level. After all, No 003 city is only hundreds of kilometers away from here. From time to time, there are still many monsters that like to wander between these two cities. Therefore, within the Jiangnan base city, there are not many warriors who would choose to hunt in this extremely uncertain area. After leaving the military area garrison, Su Chen didn't talk about ordinary warriors. He hadn't even seen a few monsters. Okay. Those skylarks flying in the sky, Su Chen really didn't want to take care of them. Warrior is not good at this point. Before breaking through the planet, he has no flying ability at all. At most, is to increase the time spent in the air by relying on various power-generating techniques. It is really too much trouble to deal with this kind of monster that is naturally capable of flying. In the early days, Su Chen didn't think about whether to develop a set of combat skills to help the martial artist stay in the air, such as the 6-style moon step in the pirate. After some simple and shameful S2 attempts, and Su Chen's full set of S-class combat uniforms weighing hundreds of kilograms, he told him a reality. Step on the right foot with left foot and ascend in place. This kind of second thought that makes Newton's coffin uncontrollable, or give up. Lanjiao still has the value of this development, but we have to wait until the day when we can freely release energy after breaking through the planet. How powerful the Aries class physical quality is, and under the full attack, one can already see the shadow of City 023. At the same time, Su Chen's first opponent in this wilderness trip also appeared in front of him. Roar 100 meters in front of Su Chen, there were bursts of sharp monster roars. It was a group of dark and crushing figures that were damaging wild crops. 30 years ago, the city of No 023 encountered a beast wave, and these village fields also returned to the wilderness. After so long, there is basically no trace of human activity. Only some metal pipe products and plastic signs remaining on the ground still tell of the prosperity and excitement of this place. At the same time that Su Chen discovered this group of monsters, they also noticed Su Chen's extremely irritating dress. Fight, one-horned boar. Okay, Su Chen didn't expect that the first thing he encountered was this kind of stuff. A group of beast soldier level monsters between Glevel and Flavel, unicorn boar. This is also normal, after all, it is in the outermost part of the city. It's not so easy to encounter those high-level monsters that live in the center of the city. www.mtlnovel.com. Is it a bit of a price cut by a God of War level powerhouse to bully a group of beast soldier level unicorn boars? But obviously the one-horned wild boar in front of him didn't know that Su Chen had a plan to let them go. They became excited after they discovered Su Chen, a lonely fish-lipped human. Roar roar. One-horned wild boar roars one after another, constantly sending out excitement and deterrent neighs towards Su Chen. Finally, seemed to mean that Su Chen did not respond. The leader of the one-horned wild boar rushed towards Su Chen with his 1-meter-long giant horn. Supper tonight. One-horned wild boar dreamed of the coming deliciousness in his mind, and tears of excitement shed from the corner of his mouth. Okay? Just when the one-horned boar felt that his handsome one-horn was about to pierce his opponent, it was indeed a little puzzled to find that his limbs had left the ground at some point. All said that this is my first fight? The fighting thing really needs to be handy. Su Chen looked at him as he was about to struggle frantically, and indeed he could only swing the stubby one-horned wild boar weakly. I saw that Su Chen's right hand actually grasped the 1-meter-long one-horned wild boar steadily, and directly lifted the body of the one-horned wild boar into the air. Su Chen slammed down, and the one-horned wild boar slammed to the ground with a huge roar. 1. Fighting things like that are really all you need to have a hand. Su Chen sighed helplessly. One-horned boar? Ding! Congratulations to the host for killing a beast soldier level monster for the first time and earning the Heart of the Sea *1. Ocean Heart, Green Rare, Origin, Titanic Introduction. Large diamonds with vivid deep blue are one of the hope of rare and precious diamonds and a symbol of love in the eyes of the world. You jump, I jump. Glanced briefly at the special reminder of different in his mind. Su Chen said that he was used to it a long time ago, and the purpose of this system is probably to mock himself. The top 10 diamonds that can't even remember their names in previous lives, I have collected them today. The Star of Africa, the Mountain of Light, Xrcu, the Great Mogul, the Eye of Idol, Erlove, Xiangzi, Tyler Burton, plus the hope from the Heart of the Sea that has just arrived. 10 rare treasures are sleeping quietly at this moment, and then in Su Chen's system space, bursts of dazzling light shine from time to time. Although there is no use for eggs. While devouring the starry sky, finding a planet entirely made of diamonds is not a difficult task. The top 10 diamonds. Okay. Is better than those useless banknotes or gold. It can be regarded as a commemoration of the pure and beautiful era of Su Chen's previous life, and it can also be regarded as the gleam of light that appeared in Su Chen's days full of money and corruption. Garbage system. Fortunately, there is the universe coin obtained not long ago as a guarantee. During this period of time, Su Chen's eyes on the system have also been pleasing to the eye a lot. Since it is possible to sign in and out of universe coin once, the second and third time are not far away. With sufficient cosmic coins as support, after the era of the universe, it is not difficult to use the convenience of the virtual universe to break through the master's desire to come. The result is that Su Chen's previous expectations are far better. Lord of the World. Although the World Master level is not a top powerhouse in the universe, it is easy to get a galaxy as a territory. Coupled with the horrible lifespan of 10 million years, it would be very pleasant to be a native emperor at ease. Thinking about it, I feel that the sun will become much brighter in the future. It seems that even if he doesn't hold the protagonist's thigh, Su Chen himself can live very comfortably, a ghost. Okay. The delivery of Water of Life to Luo Feng is also on the agenda. It should be immortal like this, ahem. Luo Feng called to Su Chen, his eldest brother, that Luo Feng's younger brother is his brother Su Chen. Do you need any reason to help his brother? Roar! Roar! Just while Su Chen was still thinking about it. Seeing that his leader was so oppressed and treated by a fish-lipped human, the crowd of unicorn boars burst into flames at this moment. Took a heavy step without saying a word, and then turned around and ran. Okay. I have to say that there is a certain reason why the unicorn boar can become the most common and cheapest beast soldier level monster around Jiangnan base city. The ability to predict immediate danger and the ability to grasp the current situation in extreme conditions. Although these low-level monsters do not have that powerful intelligence, their ability to survive in groups and pairs here proves their powerful instinct in this regard. The tenacity of life is really beyond people's imagination. Su Chen naturally didn't have much thoughts to deal with these unicorn boars, which didn't have much economic value and had no practical training significance. But it was precisely this time that Su Chen faced these monsters in person, and Su Chen finally realized the current difficulties of human society. It is clear that planetary stars such as Hong and Thunder God have powerful existence guardians in the domain, but most humans can only shrink in the base city. Don't think that Su Chen is so easy and light to deal with a one-horned wild boar, but it is not necessarily an ordinary warrior. Not to mention the more than 99% of ordinary people in the 23 remaining base cities in the world. Although the existence of warriors in today's society is not rare, it is far from the mainstream of mankind. Even the ordinary warriors who have stepped into the threshold of the junior warrior level are just a fraction of the billions of ordinary Earth humans on the entire Earth. Is so rare, it can even be said to be unique. Not to mention that Su Chen is a god of war physical quality that the world doesn't have much. But what about monsters? And like a unicorn boar, a beast soldier level monster that grows up like a minivan, although not to mention it can be seen everywhere, it is definitely not as rare as a human warrior. According to some experts' calculations, the number of monsters on land alone has exceeded the number of human warriors 10,000 times. What's more terrifying is that these monsters also possess extremely terrifying fertility, especially pigs, dogs, cats, cattle, sheep, snakes, etc., which had a huge number of races before the Nirvana period. This situation is simply a nightmare for the already precarious major base cities. Not to mention the vast expanse of the ocean-restricted area. Even if there are billions of sea monsters that can be killed by powerful warriors, to the countless monsters in the vast ocean, it is just a drop in the bucket. Can't even count as a dime. Fortunately, the human side also has the gun technology left over from the Nirvana period. Yu reading www.yuyuganshu.com is not a warrior, and it can threaten some beast-level monsters with many powerful guns. In addition, after the Great Nirvana period, the Earth has actually embarked on a path of development in the world of martial arts. In a martial arts world where the power is respected, the deterrence of top powerhouses like Hong and Lei Shen cannot be added. It is also under these many conditions that human beings can restore order, productivity, and now have the ability to launch a counterattack against the monsters occupying the area. The potential that human beings stimulate in the face of disaster is unimaginable. It was at this time that Su Chen had the first recognition from his heart for this originally somewhat illusory world. At this moment, Su Chen is a little nervous, and a little hot blood surges. He had some uncontrollable urge to go out to see the world and see how the human races in every corner of the earth killed the enemy. The glorious years of battles learned from various video materials before did not bring much real feeling to Su Chen. But this time, in the real step into the wilderness, personally experience the reality of this wilderness area. Thousands, 100,000, even a legion of millions of people charged and killed the enemy, killing corpses all over the field, killing blood flowing in rivers, killing monsters trembling. The human race's blade pointed, invincible. Even many lord-level monsters can only retreat in a panic, and even the more terrifying king-level monsters can only retreat. The epic scenes of humans and monsters fighting each other constantly echoed in Su Chen's mind, making him a little immersed in it. Will. Although it is a bit illusory and inaccessible, even some truly top powerhouses in the primitive universe cannot have a clear analysis of it. But the warriors in the primitive universe, especially the warriors above the universe level. Everyone knows how important the strength of the will is to whether a martial artist can break through to a stronger cultivation base. A wooden board wants to store more water, see which one is the shortest board. Therefore, physical fitness, mental power, cosmic power, and the realm of body abilities are also extremely important, and at the same time, there is a basis for the improvement of the strength of the martial artist. The volition alone is so unpredictable, and at the same time it has an extremely huge impact on the future of a warrior. There are generally only two ways to improve one's will, except for those unique and powerful opportunities. The first is hardship. Through suffering and tempering again and again, honing one's will in suffering, as long as it doesn't collapse, you will always gain something. This is similar to the magic sound of Su Chen's resistance system. The second and easiest way is time. With the passing of years and the growth of experience, the will of the warrior will gain a certain growth under the scouring of the years. The stronger the strength, the longer you live, the stronger your strength. The will of the warrior will become stronger and stronger after the suffering and the baptism of the years, and will eventually produce inferior changes, deriving all kinds of incredible magical methods. At this time, Su Chen is experiencing the first transformation of will in his life. In the past 10 years or so, Su Chen has been baptized by the system's magic sound at all times, or he might have gone mad when replaced by someone else. But Su Chen didn't. Even in this confrontation, I have polished my own will more and more solid and powerful. Under normal circumstances, Su Chen's will should have changed a long time ago. But for various reasons, there is still a trace of flaw in Su Chen's heart. Until stepping into the wilderness area this time. See this real wilderness and real world with your own eyes, and slay that real monster. Su Chen finally ushered in this opportunity of transformation. For the spiritual teacher, if the mental power is compared to an ordinary soldier, the will is the commander of the army. Having a powerful commander can make the combat effectiveness of the entire army soar to an extremely terrifying situation in an instant. The same is true for warriors. The combat power that a warrior with a strong will can exert is also unimaginable. Therefore, whether you are a martial artist or a spiritual teacher, the strength of your will is one of the most critical attributes that affect your own strength. Hong, the first strong man on the earth, divides the so-called will and mood into 3 levels. The first realm is to point directly to the original mind, to see the nature of the mind, and to see through all falsehoods. The second realm is the harmony of yin and yang, the unity of nature and man, the heart of innocence, and the perfect state of mind. In theory, it has even reached its peak. And the third level is that the heart is infinite, and the heart can be infinite. The heart can contain everything, and its pretense is forcing its attributes to rise sharply. But Su Chen, who has read the original work, is naturally also clear that for Zichen K and other God King level powerhouses, the so-called Triple Realm is nothing more than 3 different paths. With the guidance of Luo Feng's road in the original book, coupled with the system prompts sound, Su Chen created this unique training environment. Su Chen naturally would not choose any fancy yin and yang, or a infinite heart that is full of enthusiasm. Instead, he chose the first path very simply and firmly, pointing straight to his heart. The heart is like a knife, and the will is like one. Any obstacle on the way forward is just a joke. Rush all the way with awe and do fearless things. The heart is as ice as a mirror, and you can see everything in the world. The heart is like a knife, it can cut away all obstacles. This seems to be just sticking to the heart stupidly, without any skills at all, to resist any impact. But in fact, it is like a rock that is constantly being sharpened under the impact of the flood, constantly strengthening its own existence. Really pure, sincere is true, the heart is true without falsity. To be pure, pure, and without distractions. Sincere and sincere. This is the supreme way to achieve great miracles and exert the power of mind and will. The truth is actually very simple. Su Chen, who has read the original work, is naturally clear. In the past, in the confrontation with the endless system prompts, Su Chen has always upheld this belief. But it's easy to say, and it's extremely difficult to really do this. No one knows better than Su Chen how terrible the future world will be. Devouring beasts, space adventurers, zergs, world beasts, cosmic ruin. In Su Chen's heart, there are huge rocks that cannot be bypassed. Even after years of confrontation with the system, the will is constantly improving. But these crises are still lingering in Su Chen's heart all the time, as if they are dust stains on the mirror, they are always imprinted there. It is precisely because of this that Su Chen has always been practicing in the Krypton Gold in the base city, and has never come to this wilderness area. Su Chen is terrified. It wasn't until this time that he broke through the God of War level ahead of time that Su Chen suddenly woke up. Finally, Su Chen came to this wilderness area and finally killed the first monster with his own hands. At this time, Su Chen was finally relieved. Regardless of the future, just grasp the present. Fight for yourself. Fight for the human race. This way, I won't waste my wonderful life in the world of Eater the Stars. Was also the moment when Su Chen completely recognized this world. www.mtlnovel.com. There was a thunderbolt in his mind. This moment, Su Chen's will is cheering, a sense of joy that the sea is wide and the sky is flying high and the birds fly, and it is as if the dragon trapped in the shallows finally struggled out of the shallows and flew above the 9 heavens, arrogantly roaming. It seems that the endless chaotic world instantly evolves into billions of stars in the universe, countless creatures. Is just then. An extremely strong force of will slowly radiated from Su Chen. The monsters within a few kilometers suddenly felt a sense of fear originating from their souls, and fled in all directions. Ha ha ha! Su Chen stretched out and laughed happily. Will change. At this time, it was just because of a unicorn boar at the level of a beast soldier. Su Chen at this time feels better than ever. In his sight, the whole world seemed to become clearer and brighter, as if the last trace of dust was swept away by an invisible big hand. Vaguely, Su Chen has a feeling that there seems to be a strange wave of excitement on this seemingly empty sky. Is that pity? This wave of volatility is too vague. Or, at this time, Su Chen hasn't really noticed the other party's qualifications. But if it is as Su Chen guessed, this time it will really make a lot of money. At this time, Su Chen couldn't wait to slaughter a few more one-horned wild boars. If this kind of transformation can be repeated a few times, it might be really developed. One-horned boar.